Today we're diving into 9 Dividend Kings, companies that have been raising their dividends for at least 50 years straight. But not all Dividend Kings are created equal. Some are thriving, while others are barely keeping up. Which ones are the best for your portfolio? And which ones might surprise you the most? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down right now. In each round, the winner will earn 3 points, the runner-up will get 2 points, and in third place you will receive 1 point. At the end, we total up all the scores to determine the ultimate winner. And this winner is really going to surprise you, so without further ado, let's dive in. Starting with the market cap, to see who's the biggest company. And it has to be said that these are all massive companies. And coming in first, we have Walmart, with a whopping 753 billion market cap company. Pretty insane if you ask me. Closing in on that 1 trillion and claiming the first 3 points here. In second, it's Procter & Gamble with 419 billion, claiming 2 points. And in third, it's Johnson & Johnson with 383 billion, also pretty impressive. SWK is the smallest company, with only 9 billion. With Dividend Kings, you have some kind of security on that precious dividend. However, things can change drastically if the company is not able to grow their revenue anymore. And a dividend cut becomes inevitable after periods of declining revenue, margins, or free cash flow. So, who has the highest revenue growth number in the past 5 years? Well, top of the list is PepsiCo with 5%, but it was a close call with Target, who came in second with 6.4%, claiming the 2 points here. In third, we have WMT with 5.4%, which kinda surprised me, to be honest. Both SWK and J&J are reported the lowest numbers here, with 1 and 1.6% revenue growth. And next to that revenue growth, we want to see some steady and consistent net income growth. And to be honest, with these type of companies, I prefer the net income growth to be higher versus the revenue growth, indicating margins are increasing. And top of the list is PG, with an outstanding 27% growth rate, claiming the full 3 points here. In second, we have Lowe's with 10%, adding 2 points to their score sheet. And it's a tie on the third spot, with both Walmart and PepsiCo, both reporting 6%. Moving on to the PE ratio, telling us more about the valuation of the company. And in this case, the lower the better. Target is reporting a PE ratio of only 10, claiming the 3 points here. Lowe's also did great with just 18, adding another 2 points to their score. And in third, it's Johnson & Johnson with 19, adding 1 point to their score sheet. Next up is ROIC, the last metric before the halftime score, so let's see who's the winner here. And coming in first is CL, claiming their first 3 points here with a massive 46%. In second, we have Lowe's with 32.7%, also really impressive and adding another 2 points here. And in third, it's PepsiCo with 16.8%, claiming 1 point. And now that we're halfway of awarding the points, it's time to see who's the halftime leader. And to be honest, it's pretty close at the top. But let's start at the bottom of this list. 2 companies who didn't manage to score a single point, both Coca-Cola and SWK. In fourth place, it's Johnson & Johnson with 2 points. And in the third spot, we have CL with 3 points, thanks to that massive ROIC. And now we have 4 companies on the second spot: Walmart, Target, Procter & Gamble, and PepsiCo. All are having 5 points here, which is really impressive. But there's only one company who managed to score 6 points, and that's Lowe's. But hold your horses, Everything can happen in round 2, with a few more points to be awarded. So without further ado, let's go. For me, it's extremely important that companies who are facing a slowdown in revenue growth are at least having enough cash on hand to improve the business and pay off their debt. And I was kinda shocked when I saw these numbers. Johnson & Johnson is reported the highest cash to debt ratio with 0.67, looking pretty decent and claiming 3 points here. From there, it's Coca-Cola sitting at 0.33, claiming 2 points. But I have to be honest here, 0.33 doesn't look good to me. And in third, it's PG with 0.3, claiming 1 point. And there are a few companies who are really disappointing in this area. So definitely keep your eye on these numbers. And now the moment we have waited for, the dividend yield. And this is a bit of a tough one, because these are very different companies that I'm comparing. But still, I have to stick with the higher, the better in this case. Coming in first is SWK, finally claiming their first points here, and they report a massive 5.7% dividend yield. In second, we have Target with 4.8%, also an insane number. In third, it's PepsiCo with 3.8%, also really impressive. Walmart is reporting the lowest number of them all, with only 1%. Next up is the 5-year compound annual growth rate, and this is one of the more interesting metrics to look at, and there are some big differences here as well. Coming in first is Lowe's with an impressive 16.4%. And in second, it's TGT with double digits as well, 11% in total. And in third, we have PepsiCo with 7.3%, not too bad. Down the line, I think all companies are reporting decent numbers. It is expected to see lower growth numbers with these type of companies, of course. Moving on to the free cash flow growth in the past 5 years, which is extremely important to pay down debt, buy back shares and pay out dividends. And coming in first is again Lowe's with an impressive 22%, looking really good. In second, it's PepsiCo with 6%, which is much lower versus Lowe's. In third, it's CL with 5%, still looking decent. And these are also a few companies reporting negative numbers here, something that concerns me a lot. The last metric of today is the total return in the past 5 years. Because what's the point of owning a company that doesn't bring you great results? Well, to be honest, only 2 companies in this list managed to beat the S&P 500. And keep in mind, this is including dividends. Coming in first is Lowe's with 147%. In second, it's Walmart with 128%, kinda surprising me here. And in third, it's Coca-Cola with 77%, failing to beat the S&P 500 but enough to score 1 point. Both SWK and Target reported negative numbers here. And with the last points being awarded, it's time to sum up everything to see who's the winner. And if you remembered correctly, Lowe's was the halftime leader, and also managed to pick up some points in the second round as well. But is it enough? Well, let's find out. Dead last we have both Coca-Cola and SWK, with only 3 points. And both companies really disappointed in today's list. CL only did slightly better with 4 points total, claiming the 6th spot. Johnson & Johnson managed to score 5 points in total, enough for them to earn the 5th spot here. In 4th, it's Procter & Gamble with a total of 6 points. Walmart scored a total of 7 points, claiming that 3rd spot. This company really surprised me the most, to be honest. And now the moment we have waited for. Coming in second, we have actually 2 companies, Target and PepsiCo, who also surprised me a little bit here. But there's only one winner, and today, that's Lowe's, with a massive 15 points total, outclassing all the others in this list. To me, it was a fun list with a lot of surprises, and I kinda expected Lowe's to do very well today. I did own this company back in the days, but I sold it at a pretty good price point and locked in some great profits. Dividend Kings are always interesting to look at given their history, but I'm not planning to add any of these to my portfolio for now. To wrap things up, what were your thoughts on this list? Were you surprised by the outcome, or did you thought some companies would deliver better results? Please let me know in the comments down below. In the coming months you can expect more videos like this one, so stay tuned. And remember to always do your own research and never fully trust on what I or other YouTubers say about a stock. I'm not a financial advisor and this content is just for entertaining purposes only. I hope you liked this video and that did bring some insights of the company to you. I would really appreciate a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to get notified when I'm posting a new video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in my next video.